Greetings, kitties, and welcome to the 20th episode of Deadheaddaddy's Creepy Things. I'm, of course, your host, the Deadheaddaddy. Now, tonight's exciting theme is going to be literary legend H.P. Lovecraft. I'll be talking about some movies inspired by his works, as well as some books and comic books. So, before I get into those wretched reviews, let's talk about this evening's fright flick. That movie, of course, is the 1961 horror classic, Night Tide. Written and directed by Curtis Harrington. I don't know who he is either. Anyways, it also stars the late great classic actor Dennis Hopper. Now, our movie tonight is about a young sailor who falls in love with a mysterious woman performing as a mermaid at the local carnival. He soon suspects she might be an actual mermaid who draws men to a watery death during the full moon. Now, although our theme is Lovecraft, this movie itself isn't necessarily influenced by Lovecraft, but the great Edgar Allan Poe as well. Now, it does have water, which was the main theme of Lovecraft, so I figured, good enough. So anyways, let's get into the movie, and I'll be back with more reviews. Mwahaha!
Excuse me, do you mind if I sit here? I can't see anything but their backs from where I'm sitting.
It's all right.
Thank you. That's really a great combo, huh?
I'd like to listen, please.
That's real fine music, isn't it?
Yes, I like it.
You mind if I buy you a drink?
No, thank you.
I'd like to.
No, thank you.
Si demain, Taberis met tous des coups regarde-moi. On est hori sindoma. Tasinanditume sana.
Who was that woman?
I don't know.
Well, what did she say to you?
Nothing. Would you pay my check for me, please? Thank you.
Hey, wait a minute. Hi.
Why are you following me?
Well, you left so fast, I don't know how to reach you or anything like. I'd like to see you again if it's okay.
It's impossible.
Hey, wait. Just let me talk to you for a little while. I'll just walk along with you. Shouldn't be out alone on a night like this anyway.
Would I be safe with you?
Yes? Hey, I know that woman upset you. I thought maybe you'd need somebody to talk to. Come on, is this the way? Okay?
Here's where I live.
It's a merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm.
Do you live inside a wooden horse?
No. My apartment is upstairs.
It must be pretty noisy living over a merry-go-round.
Sometimes. But I love the music. It reminds me of when...
Of when you were a kid?
Yes. Well, good night.
Wait a minute. I don't even know your name. My name's Johnny.
I am called Mora.
Aren't you going to invite me upstairs for a while?
I have to go in.
Just for a while.
Good night, Johnny.
Hey, Maura? Well, can I see you tomorrow? Please?
All right. I'll fix breakfast for you.
Okay, what time?
Around 11.
Okay, I'll be here at 11.
Good night.
Night.
Good morning.
Good morning. You opening up the merry-go-round already?
Sure am. Sunday's our big day.
Those look like beautiful horses. Do you mind if I look at them?
Sure, go right ahead, son.
Thank you.
Don't cost nothing to look. Them horses are all hand-carved. Imported from Bavaria. Most people don't notice how special they are. They're the finest in the country.
Morning, Dad.
Good morning, Ellen. Just showing this young man here what fine horses we got. Oh, excuse me. This is my granddaughter, Ellen.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name, son?
Johnny Drake. How are you?
Dad, have you got the key to the cash box?
Oh, yeah. Got him here somewheres.
Oh, thank you.
I better be getting upstairs. I'll see you around.
Hey,
Beautiful horses.
who are you going to visit?
Well, I'm just going to visit a girl named Maura.
Laura.
Uh-huh.
I ain't never seen you around here before. You, just, meet her or something?
No. No, I've known her for a while.
Oh.
Well, I'll see you around.
Well, so long, son.
Okay. It's me, Johnny.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Come in.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
Wow. This is quite a place you got here.
Thank you. I collect things from the ocean.
Yeah, so I see.
Can I take your hat?
Thank you.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I'm starving.
Good. Breakfast is ready. I have it on the balcony.
Okay.
Come on.
Where's the balcony?
Right here.
Oh. Hey, Maura.
Yes.
Sure have a great view.
Thank you. I love it.
Let's make a toast.
All right.
To you and me, and to the beautiful Pacific.
To us, Johnny. I hope you like fish. I found these wonderful fresh mackerel this morning. Oh, I love food from the ocean, especially lobster and crab and sea urchin. Do you ever eat sea urchin?
No, I never have.
It's like a wonderful ocean fruit. You scoop them out like a pomegranate.
I'd like to taste one sometime.
Oh, they're rare around here, but I think I know where I can get some. Maybe next time?
Okay. What do you do? I mean, do you work or what?
Yes, I work. In fact, I have to work today.
On Sunday? What do you do?
When I told you my name, hadn't you ever heard it before?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I work on the amusement pier. I'm an attraction.
What are you, a dancer?
No.
They throw baseballs at you. Don't they? No, really, don't they?
No. My job isn't dangerous.
I give up. What do you do?
I'm a mermaid.
You're a what?
A mermaid. Half woman, half fish.
I don't get it.
Oh, it's very simple. I wear an artificial fishtail, and I lie in a tank that looks like it's filled with water. And people pay 25 cents and come and look at me. And that's how I make my living.
Don't you ever get tired of it?
Sometimes. But it's restful anyway. I told you about myself. What about you?
Me, I'm a member of the U.S. Navy. You really want to know?
Yes.
Well, my mother, my father left my mother and I when I was very young. So I became very close to my mother. And I've always wanted to see the world, and I never had a chance to. I couldn't. Then my mother fell ill and died. So I figured the easiest way to get out of Denver, Colorado was to join the Navy, see the world. But I haven't seen any of it yet.
You will.
I hope so.
Are you going to eat any more?
No.
They're attracted by the food on your plate.
Look at that one.
Watch them. One will come too close. They get bolder and bolder.
Hey!
I
Wow.
won't hurt you. Surprised you, didn't I?
Where did you ever learn to do something like that?
I don't remember. Probably on the island where I was born.
Huh.
There. Don't be afraid, little bird. I won't hurt you. Sweet bird, don't be afraid.
I like those.
What? Poster.
Oh, is that supposed to be you?
Mm-hmm. It's the way I look when I'm in my costume.
Wow. I gotta see this.
You will. I wonder where Sam is.
Who's Sam?
He's the owner of the show. My boss, as you say.
Hey, aren't you afraid people are gonna see you out here?
No. They don't pay any attention to the place until Sam begins to spiel.
Oh, yeah?
Caught you, Captain Murdoch.
I beg your pardon. Oh, I was just thinking, my dear. Yes, I was merely contemplating some important matters in the quiet peace of the summer afternoon. Why are you so late?
I'm not late enough to make any difference.
Run along now and get ready, will you?
Oh, I will, but I want to introduce a friend of mine. This is Johnny Drake, Captain Murdoch.
How do you do?
How are you?
Hurry along now. I'll be warming up the amplifier.
All right. I'm going to put my costume on. I'll call you when I'm ready.
Hey, you're not gonna be long, are you?
No.
Okay. Whew, sure is a hot day today, isn't it?
Yes, it is, quite.
That right over there must really shake you out. You ever tried it?
No, looking at it all day is enough for me. Tell me, young man, you've been sailing the seas for how long?
Oh, not long at all. I've only gone as far as the Hawaiian Islands. I'm stationed down in Pedro.
Ah, that's a pity, that's a pity. I thought we might reminisce. You know, compare notes as one seaman to another. You know I'm retired from His Majesty's service.
Oh, you mean the English Navy?
Precisely, the English Navy. Later on, I became captain of my own ship. That's how I found her, on one of my voyages.
You mean Mora?
Yes, well, perhaps she's told you all about it.
No, she hasn't. She told me something about coming from an island.
You know, you might be interested in that story. It's a very unusual one. Now, why don't you come and visit me sometime?
Well, listen, maybe I can come down some weekend when I have liberty.
Yes, no hurry at all. But I tell you what, I'll give you my card. I live in Venice. It's not as grand as its Italian namesake, but it has a certain charm, nevertheless.
Captain Samuel Murdoch.
Yes.
I'm ready, Johnny.
Oh, well, I'll see you around.
Yes, goodbye.
Bye.
Mora, ladies and gentlemen. Mora the mermaid. The strangest creature in captivity. See her alive. See her living underwater. Half woman, half fish. The strangest creature in captivity. For 25 cents, ladies and gentlemen. $0.25. The thrill of your life. Only 25 cents. Mora the mermaid.
Santa Monica Station.
Well, good night.
Are you going to sleep?
No.
Don't you want to go for a swim?
I'll go a little later. You get cramps if you go in now.
I've never believed that.
It's true, though. It's very, very dangerous to go in the water right after you've eaten.
Maybe.
Hey, Moore, what's with this Sam character?
Sam?
Yeah.
Nothing. What do you mean?
I mean, what's his story? Who is he?
You've been thinking about him, haven't you?
Yeah, sort of. Sort of a funny old guy.
He's just a lonely old man.
Do you know him very well?
Quite well. He's my employer. Sometimes I think my only friend.
He's your only friend? What about me?
Of course you. You don't know me very well. Maybe after you get to know me.
I think I know you pretty well.
On our third meeting? No. But I'd like you to know me better. I'm not afraid of that.
Why should you be afraid?
Tell me, did Sam say anything to you about me?
He said that he found you on some island.
Yes, he did. He found me as an orphan on the island of Mykonos. I was just a child, and he adopted me.
You mean he's your,
My guardian. He's been like a father to me. I owe him everything.
I'm sorry, I didn't even realize. If I said anything unkind about him, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I know that he's a strange man. But he's been so good to me, and I'm grateful. And I know you can understand that because of what you told me about your mother. Would you like some more coffee?
I love some. You love the sun, don't you?
Yes. The sun. And the moon and the stars.
And the sea.
Yes, the sea. Guess I love the sea most of all. But I'm afraid of it, too.
Guess we're all a little afraid of what we love. Hey, Maura,
Yes?
you're awfully far away.
Reels for the wretched. Alright, my fiendish friend, welcome back. And I hope you're enjoying the movie. Again, it's Night Tide, and it's a crazy film, but kind of fun. Anyways, welcome to Reels for the Wretched, the part of the show where I review a couple films, again, with a similar theme. Now, our first feature would be The Void from 2016 from Scream Media Films. I'm a little late on this one, much like The Night of Something Strange that I reviewed last time, or a few episodes ago, whatever it may be. Anyways, this movie here, again, is about a cloaked cult-like figures that trap a police officer, the patients and staff, inside a hospital that is a gateway to evil. Now, this does have a quite Lovecraftian feel to it, with strange, ooey, gross creatures and parallel dark dimensions. I did like this movie. It was very well directed, very well acted, and the special effects are absolutely amazing. But I will say that I did not love this movie like everyone else in the horror community has. Certainly it has its influence from John Carpenter's The Thing, which is one of my very favorite movies. But it just seemed like the movie took too long to get where it wanted to go, and then didn't really get anywhere. Having said that, I did enjoy the movie. It has a nice creepy feel to it, and I do recommend it. But I did not love it. So, take my word for what it is. I'm just dead. But it is definitely worth checking it out. As for our second movie, this would be from our friends at Wild Eye Releasing, and it is called Badass Monster Killer. Also, from 2015, this movie is about Jimmy Chevelle, agent of the Department of Supernatural Security, who is sent to Camaroville to stop sinister shapeshifters from destroying the Earth. This movie clearly takes strong inspiration from the blaxploitation films of the 1970s, like Shaft, as well as, of course, H.P. Lovecraft, and strangely enough, the Frank Miller film Sin City. Now, I absolutely loved this movie. It was amazing. It was a spectacular, granted, a complete ripoff, of movies like Shaft and Sin City, but it didn't matter. It was fun, cheesy, over the top, great special effects, and a story that had you laughing and just a little bit creeped out. Wild Eye has another hit on their hands with this movie, and I strongly recommend you check it out. Again, I loved it, and if you love your Lovecraft with a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, then I strongly recommend Badass Monster Killer. I think you will enjoy it. I think you will be surprised by how well it was done. Well, boys and ghouls, those are my movie reviews for the evening. So, if you know of any other Lovecraftian type movies that I should check out and review on the show, feel free to let me know in the Monster Channel chat room or comment on this video on YouTube. By the way, I just thought of it. I forgot to thank the Midnight Syndicate earlier in the episode for providing the music for my segments. Please forgive me, gentlemen, I've got a lot to do today, so it slipped my mind. Anyways, stick around for the rest, or more, of Night Tide.
Hey, you gonna dance for us?
Stay there for a minute. It's all right. You okay?
Yes.
Could you get back a little? You okay?
Yes.
It was that woman, wasn't it? Huh?
What woman?
Here's your coffee, Dad.
Thank you, dear.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you, my dear.
We were just having some tea. Do you want some?
Well, I was just going out for some coffee.
Oh, you can have that here. I just said tea, but I meant coffee. Madame Romanovich here is the only one who drinks tea.
And how are you, lad?
Hi there, how are you?
Pretty fine, pretty fine.
That's good.
Sit down, young man. What a dreadful invention these tea bags are. If everyone insisted on using tea bags, I'd never be able to read anyone's tea leaves. Isn't that so, young man?
Yeah, I guess so.
Of course, for myself, it doesn't really matter. I can't read my own anyway. Fortune tellers never can, you know. They can see for everybody else, but not for themselves. It's quite frustrating at times.
Must be.
Coffee.
Thank you.
How long you been in the Navy?
Just a little over a year.
What part of the country are you from?
I'm from Denver, Colorado. Now, this is my first time out on the coast.
Oh, then you are a visitor in our midst.
Yeah, I guess you could call me that. I like it out here. When I get out of the Navy, I'd like to locate out here.
Hello, folks.
Oh, hello. Dad, it's Lieutenant Henderson.
Oh, how are you, Lieutenant?
Fine.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
No, thank you, I can't. You haven't seen anything new or unusual, have you?
No, I haven't. Have you, Dad?
No. How's things with you, Lieutenant? You come across any new clues?
Maybe. We're not quite sure about it yet, though. There's not very much to go on.
It's nice to know you ain't just given up.
Well, I'd better be on my way. See you all again soon.
Well, bye, Lieutenant.
Bye.
What was that all about?
That was Lieutenant Henderson of the Venice Police. He was asking us about Maura.
Maura, what about her?
You're a stranger here, and I guess you don't know what everybody here knows.
Ellen, dear, you're meddling.
But I think you ought to know. I think somebody ought to tell him. Don't you, Dad?
Why, sure. Certainly ain't no secret.
In the past 2 years, Maura's had 2 boyfriends, and they're both dead now.
What, do the police think that had something to do with her?
Nothing's been proved.
No, not yet. But don't you think the fact that it's happened twice is enough? They were both nice boys. They went around with her. Then suddenly, they disappear. A few days later, their bodies are found, washed up on shore, drowned.
Nevertheless, my dear, there wasn't a shred of evidence that it wasn't simply a most unfortunate coincidence. The police haven't been able to make a single arrest.
I know, but if she didn't cause their death, then she brings bad luck, and that's almost as bad. I bet she didn't tell you about those boys, did she?
Hello? Merry-go-round.
We want to ride the merry-go-round.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Just hold the line a minute. Hey, sailor, it's for you.
That's funny because nobody knows I'm here. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Who was it?
Oh, I don't know. Look, something's come up. I'm gonna have to go. Thank you for the coffee.
Just a minute, young man. You drop by and see me. The cards will tell you a great deal.
Did you see a woman go by here?
Well, what a jolly surprise. Come in, come in, come in. Well, you finally decided to honor me with a visit. Yes, yes, we were talking about my ward, weren't we? Well, what I have to say is rather difficult to explain, particularly to young people, you know. I feel that young people nowadays form their opinions about life too soon. One shouldn't do that. But then perhaps you're different.
What were you going to tell me about Mora?
Oh, my dear. Maybe you aren't different. Patience, young man. Patience is a virtue. You should learn that. But, no, actually, what I want to tell you is difficult to put into words. Certainly into words that you would understand. However, I can put the basic fact quite bluntly. You are in grave and serious danger as long as you continue to see Mora.
I'm in danger from you?
No, certainly not.
Then what are you talking about?
Mora, my friend, Mora.
You must be crazy.
On the contrary, I'm quite sane. And Mora is quite dangerous to you.
In what way?
Well, shall we say that she suffers from a certain compulsion which might cause her to take your life.
You're trying to tell me that she's insane?
Not precisely, but it might be better if you thought she were. Oh, I wish you'd take my word for it. Break off this acquaintance before it's too late. You're a nice young fellow. I wouldn't like to see you get hurt. I wonder if you'd be good enough to get another bottle of this splendid liquid from the cabinet over there, wouldn't you? Well, while you're there, you might turn on the light. It seems to be getting a bit dark in here. One at the end. On the lower shelf. Well, don't be alarmed. That's just a little Arabian souvenir. The hand of a thief. The Mohammedans punish their thieves by removing the offending portions of the body. Rather gruesome, but logical, don't you think?
How did you ever get that?
It was a gift from the Sultan of Marrakesh. He knew that I collected odd things, so he sent it to me. Rather thoughtful of him.
Yeah. That's very interesting.
Another?
You hit that stuff pretty hard, huh?
Well, it may seem that way to your young eyes, but at my age one needs a little stimulant. You'll find that out later on.
You were going to tell me something more about Mora.
Oh, yes. So I was. Well, you've read the Greek myths, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
You certainly know the legend of the sirens, who in ancient days used to lure seafaring men to their destruction.
Yeah, I've sort of heard of them.
Well, the sirens were a strange race of sea people, half human, half creatures of the sea. The female of the species were known popularly as mermaids. That means women of the sea.
It's like that act you and Moore put on.
Exactly. But that's a fake, isn't it? A sideshow illusion. You wouldn't believe that they actually exist, would you?
No. No, I wouldn't.
Well, let me tell you, young man, that things happen in this world never dreamt of in your philosophy. Where do you think myths come from? Do you think they're just made up? No, they spring from truth. Ancient truth. Living truth.
What does this have to do with Mora?
She was a sweet little thing. She lived here with me. Up there. That was her room. Behind that door. I found her on an island. I didn't know then what she was to become.
Become?
I didn't know then that she belonged to that ancient race. She's a monster. And if you don't stop seeing her, I want you. That's all I can do.
Look, just tell me one thing. Captain Murdoch, there's a woman that's been bothering Mora. Now, I think she's here. I just want to talk to her, that's all.
Woman? There isn't any woman. I'm all alone.
Captain Murdoch. Captain Murdoch! Sir.
I didn't want you to know. It was right of him to tell you, but I didn't want you to know. Now I suppose I won't see you anymore.
Oh, you don't think I believed him, do you?
But it's true, Johnny. They are waiting for me to join them. You've seen one of them.
You mean that woman?
You saw how she looked at me, how she spoke to me. She's one of them. She's one of the sea people, and she's here to remind me of the time that I must go to them in the sea.
I don't know how or where you got these ideas, but they're wrong. You see, these things don't happen.
Oh, Johnny, if only they didn't. If only they couldn't happen. Americans have such a simple view of the world. You think that everything can be seen and touched and weighed and measured. You think you've discovered reality, but you don't even know what it is.
And you mean that everything Sam told me is the truth?
Almost everything.
Well, will you just tell me how you know?
Because I feel the sea water in my veins. Because I listen to the roar of the sea and it speaks to me like a mother's voice. The tide pulls at my heart. And the face of the moon fills my soul with a strange longing.
Maura, I don't understand.
Try to understand. And forgive me.
I haven't listened to one of these since I was a kid. My grandmother used to have one of these on her dresser. It does sound like the ocean, doesn't it?
When I made the voyage to this country from Greece, I carried such a shell with me over the land. In that way, I kept the sea always with me, always close. Johnny, I'm so afraid.
Listen, don't be afraid. Look, I don't know what this is all about, you see. I don't know what it's all about. But I know that I'm here and that we'll work this out.
Hold me. Hold me.
My dear, dear boy. I hope you don't mind my telling you, but I willed you to come here. I really did. And I'm so happy that it worked.
Oh, really?
I know you have a problem, a very serious problem, and I'm going to try and help you.
I think you ought to appreciate that.
After the reading. After the reading is time enough to thank me.
How much does a reading cost?
We'll try $32. You can afford that, can't you?
Oh, sure, that's fine.
Have you ever had a tarot reading before?
No, I've never been to a fortune teller before.
Don't use that expression, fortune teller. It's so vulgar. I prefer to be known as a chiromancer or clairvoyant. Now, first we must find the card that represents you. If you've never had a tarot reading before, you've probably never seen cards that look like these.
No, I haven't.
Our modern deck of playing cards is based on these. But most of the symbolical cards have been left out. Here you are, the Knight of Cups.
Why is that me?
Because this card represents a fair young man, innocent and searching. Take a good look at these cards, young man. They contain all the secrets of the universe.
How can a deck of cards contain all the secrets of the universe?
Each card is a symbol. Linked together properly, the total of all these symbols contains the total of man's knowledge.
Yeah, it's like putting a message into a code.
Exactly. Now, this is what crosses you. This is what crowns you. This is what is beneath you. This is what is behind you, what is before you. This is you, your house, your hopes and fears, and this is your future.
What do you say?
How strange.
What?
There are certain lunar aspects suggested here. The moon card represents the journey into the unknown. The dog and the wolf, the fears of the mind, the deep, primitive instincts in all of us. You see, the crab is attempting to climb out of the water onto the land, but it almost always sinks back again.
What does that mean?
Don't be impatient. I don't like to make a mistake. A mistake in this profession can be disastrous. You see, the lunar card is most unhappily placed next to the card known as the Hanged Man.
What does the Hanged Man mean?
Ah, this is a card of profound significance. The figure shows life in suspension. It has often falsely been called a card of martyrdom, but martyrdom involves suffering. And if you will look closely at the face of the figure, you will see that it expresses deep entrancement. This card shows that a great awakening is possible, and reminds one that after the sacred mystery of death, there is the glorious mystery of resurrection.
Well, is that good or bad?
My dear boy, the cards don't lend themselves to oversimplification.
Well, what about Mora?
I'm afraid she's caught in a vortex of evil. And you, it saddens me to tell you, but you are in danger, grave danger.
What kind of danger?
Now, that is a question you do not need to ask me. The answer lies already in your heart.
Are you suffering from back pain? Are your neck and shoulders killing you? Do you deal with splitting headaches? Maybe you just want to get in touch with your inner self. Then come visit Captain Howdy's House of 1,000 Poses. Our expert yoga instructors will teach you the latest poses like the backwards back bend, the spider walk, and many more. While you're here, our professional massage therapists will use the latest massage techniques, leaving you feeling different than you've ever felt before. Be sure to stop by our relaxing spa to take the edge off. Captain Howdy's House of 1,000 Poses, located at 1428 Elm Street, Haddonfield, Illinois. Call 666-976-3845 to schedule an appointment. The next 13 customers to call now will receive a free yoga mat. Erudition of the Damned. And I'm back. Did you miss me? I missed you. All of you. Each and every one of you. The 5 viewers out there that are watching this right now. I missed all of you. Thank you for watching. Anyways, welcome, like I said, to Erudition of the Damned, where I review things you should be reading, or you should stay away from. Again, continuing the Lovecraftian theme, we are going to jump right in to a really amazing comic book from Scout Comics called Infernoct, written by Mina Elwell and drawn by Eli Powell. This is the story of Sam, who attempts to discover why the people of her town are being destroyed. She becomes aware of mind-rendering creatures that feed off, the sanity of their victims. It's up to her to do something about it, if she can hold on to her own personal reality. Now, one of the strengths of Lovecraft is it throws you off center, confuses you, makes you feel like you're reading something dark and mysterious that you should be staying away from. And Mina Elwell captures that feeling amazingly in her writing. This book confuses you, scares you, terrifies you, and intrigues you. It's not necessarily a cut-and-dry linear story, so you have to pay attention. And you have to read well, but you have to fill in the blanks with your own imagination. Amazing writing, I must say. Eli Powell's artwork also complements the storytelling quite well, making it feel very dark, eerie, and creepy. I did rather enjoy this book. It was fun to read. My only downfall on it was only 4 issues, but if we get out there and support this book, Scout Comics may give them more issues. So let's support this amazing book. I promise you, you will like it, because it's good. Also, there is a backstory in each issue, which is the journal of one of the minor characters in the story, and basically the beginning of the Lovecraftian monsters taking over their town. It's very neat and adds some interesting details to the overall story. Some twists and turns and surprises that will creep you out, I guarantee it. So, Infernoct is highly recommended. Now, I know most of you out there, probably 3 of the 5 of you, are out there, and you've read your Lovecraft. You've read his short stories. You know what to expect. You love his work. So, rather than me talk about how great his novels are, there are 2 anthologies out there that are inspired by the great Lovecraft with a twist. The first one is called Twice Upon an Apocalypse from Crystal Lake Publishing. And what this is the mashup between your favorite fairy tales and H.P. Lovecraft, putting the 2 worlds together to read these sick, twisted, disturbing, yet amusing stories of the 3 little pigs, Billy Goat's Gruff, and other such tales if they existed with Lovecraft's creatures. Again, I've had a fun time reading this book. It is very enjoyable. I'm not sure if you can find it in hard copy, but you can get it downloaded from Crystal Lake Publishing. So, if you don't mind reading books on your tablet or whatever you use, then this is a great book to pick up. So, I strongly recommend that book as well, as I'm going to horribly butcher this name. But considering it's a horror show, butcher is appropriate. Anyways, the next anthology is called Noir Lothotep. Copy that we got was given to us by our good friend, Daniel Gorman, who did the amazing cover of this book. He's a great artist and a good friend of the show. The book itself was published by Psycho Drive-In, and this is basically an anthology series of Lovecraftian crime noir stories put together again in the Lovecraftian world. So, a nice little spin. Many of the stories were intriguing and just as spooky and evil as the Lovecraftian works they were based on. So, if you like Lovecraft but you want something a little different, I strongly recommend both of those books as well as Infernoct. So, I'm going to shut up, move on, so you can watch the rest of Night Tide.
Well, I wouldn't put much stock in what a fortune teller says.
I don't. It's just when you keep hearing things over and over again, you start believing it after a while. You said some things about Maura. What do you really know about her?
Oh, I've been sorry about what I said the other afternoon. Well, it was really none of my business. I was just telling you what I'd read in the newspapers, because I thought you ought to know.
I just can't believe that...
Are you in love with her?
Yes.
It's a funny thing about love. It can happen very suddenly, you know what I mean? Like when you're lonely, or when you've been looking for someone.
I don't know what to do for Maura. See, she believes it, too.
Believes what? That she killed those boys?
No. I can't explain.
Well, try not to worry about it. Why, maybe things will turn out better than you think. Want some more coffee?
I'm gonna go for a walk. Get some time to kill before Maura gets home.
Is she, working?
Yeah. Well, Ellen. It is Ellen, isn't it?
Uh-huh. I didn't think you'd remember. Johnny.
Well, thanks for listening to me. It's sort of hard sometimes when you don't have anybody to talk things over with.
I know. Maybe you'll come around again soon, huh?
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye, Johnny.
Maura?
Hi. I'm taking a bath.
Did you have a good day today?
I sure did. There were lots of people on the pier.
That's good. I'm sort of tired.
Why don't you lie down for a while?
Yeah, I think I will. You gonna be in there long?
No, not long.
Okay. That's good. I'm anxious to see you. More?
morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm sleepy.
Sleepy?
Should I make you breakfast?
No, you stay in bed. I want you to rest.
I'd like to.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I feel stiff all over.
Oh.
That's all right.
Why don't you go have a massage?
Okay. I don't want to leave you alone, though.
I'll be all right. It's morning now.
Sure you'll be all right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the bathhouse?
It's down at the end of the pier.
Will you get some rest while I'm gone?
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you in a little while.
All right.
Hey, you all tied up in knots, kid. What's the matter? Girlfriend ain't treating you all right?
No, it's just... I'm just a little tense, that's all, I guess.
We put you in good shape.
Well, fancy seeing you here. What a delightful surprise.
Hi.
And how are you today, Bruno?
Oh, Captain, you want me to pound you later?
Now, am I likely to forego a pleasure like that? By the way, Johnny, I hope you haven't forgotten the conversation we had the other day. I've been really worried about you, you know.
Really?
Yes, really. Tell me something. Has Maura been acting a little odd recently?
No.
Sure now, you're telling me the truth? Well, it doesn't matter. It's just that I want to give you a bit of advice. You must be especially careful now at the time of the full moon. Because that's when the tides pull the strongest. As I said, a word to the wise.
What are you trying to...
Johnny, I've been thinking about last night. And I've decided that I must have been walking in my sleep. But I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to forget it.
You know, that's the best thing I've heard you say. We'll just forget about it, all right? That's what I've been trying to get you to do, you know.
I know.
All right, we'll forget about it.
All right.
Okay. And so what are you doing?
Cleaning the diving equipment. I was looking at the calendar, and I noticed that the moon was full. And I realized that the tides will be just perfect at a certain place I know. And I thought we could go diving there this afternoon.
I don't think it's a very good idea.
Why?
It's too cold.
The water is warm.
I just don't think it's a good idea. I think you should rest.
I don't want to rest, Johnny. I feel fine. You're here such a short time on the weekends, and I have the whole week to rest when you go. Please go with me.
All right. Where do you want to go diving?
It's not far from here. You'll see. Are you ready?
How do you know where we are?
Because I've been here before.
Must be awfully deep here.
It is.
What's the point of diving here?
There are reefs under here. You'll see. Johnny,
What?
stay close to me. We mustn't become separated.
Who is it?
Room service, reading papers.
Just leave him outside.
Eventually. The murderer always returns to the scene of his crime. Oh, I know this isn't the exact spot where the deed occurred, but you had to see her, didn't you? You had to see the result of your monstrous act.
But I loved her.
You loved her. What do you know about love? I've loved her ever since she was a child. No, you did it, and you must pay for it.
How did you find her?
God wanted me to find her. She was such a sweet, good child. Why? Why?
I thought the shooting gallery was closed tonight.
It is. It sounded like it came from over there.
What's going on in here, buddy?
Come in, Johnny. Sit down. This is somewhat irregular, but Captain Murdoch here has agreed to give us a statement, and he asked that you be present. You can go ahead now, Captain Murdoch.
To begin with, I want you to know that no matter what I've done, how wicked or unreasonable it may seem, it was done for love of Mora. I've loved her ever since I found her. She was a pathetic little thing in that Greek island village, abandoned there to almost certain starvation if I hadn't taken her into my home. But of course I realized that, like all children, she would eventually grow up and leave that home. That preyed on my mind constantly. I couldn't face the thought of her leaving me. So I decided to plan some way to keep her with me always. The best way seemed to make her entirely dependent on my love. In order to do this, I told her the legend of the sea people. Slowly I put into her young and pliable mind the idea that she was one of them, that someday she must rejoin them, and that she couldn't expect to have normal relations with ordinary people. But I never counted on the enormous power of her own independent will. Eventually my love wasn't enough for her. She had to have another kind of love. And when she began those relationships, I decided the only thing to do was to cut them off at their source. So I killed those two young men. And I tried to persuade her in some way that she had done it, under some strange influence from the sea people. To a certain extent I succeeded. I managed to cast a lot of fear and doubt into her mind. But she still demanded her freedom. She left my home, she took an apartment, and then she met Johnny. And if he's told you the story, then you know the rest. So my experiment in psychology failed. Or perhaps it succeeded too well. She couldn't face a recurrence of what had gone before. So rather than destroy the person she loved, she decided to embrace the rapture of the depths. That's what happened. Isn't it?
Yes.
You loved her, didn't you? Then perhaps you can understand. Just a little.
I do understand.
Captain Murdoch, there's one thing I've been wondering about. Johnny told me about a woman who frightened Mora. She was supposed to be one of these sea people. I assume she was part of your plan.
Woman, I don't know what you mean.
You know, the one that I followed to your house that day. Remember?
I vaguely think you mentioned something about that before, but there wasn't any woman. I don't know what you're talking about. I've told you everything. May I go?
Guard.
But I saw that woman with my own eyes. This wasn't just something out of Mora's imagination. It's almost as if there was some truth to what she said.
I think it's more likely that Captain Murdoch is merely trying to protect the woman.
I suppose so.
Yes?
The shore patrol men are here to pick up Drake, sir.
He'll be right out. Well, good luck, my boy. Just down the hall there.
Hello. I found out you were here, so I came down to see if there was anything I could do for you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about Mora. I hope that maybe on your next leave you'll come by and take a ride on the merry-go-round.
I'd like to do that. I'll see you later.
stopped raining.
That it has, sailor, that it has.
On August 10th, in a California drive-in, it all began. It will grip you like nothing you have ever witnessed before. It is absolute and total horror.
Will you cut it out? Let me get...
Come on, Alan.
Sweetheart.
Come on.
Come on, sweetheart.
Come on, Alan. Come on. Bill, yes, what? Oh, come on.
Let me hear it.
A psychotic killer is usually a man, driven by lust, by passion, and by hate. The time between each killing gets shorter.
Come on, please. She's dead.
Please get out. Please get out of your life. Get out.
With a psychotic killer still on the loose, the police chase every suspect in the city, but to no avail.
I haven't picked up a knife since the Carney closed.
You used to be a sword swallower. Do you still have any of those blades?
Mr. Van Heusen lets me use his private collection.
And you were seen parked next to the victim's car.
You crawled out of your car to the victim's vehicle. I don't know anything about that.
Stand still now. Who's in there?
Oh, my God.
Who's in there?
Now, the fear that makes brave men run will freeze you in your seat, make your blood run cold, and finally, make you scream in terror. Warning, drive-in massacre has been deemed too terrifying for the average viewer. The risk is entirely yours.
Well, my beautiful evil ones, I hope you have enjoyed the show, as well as my reviews, as hacked as they are. Anyways, I do want to thank the Midnight Syndicate again for providing the music for my segments. They're also good friends of the shows, and I'm grateful to use their creepy, crawly sounds. If you are not familiar, if you do not have a Midnight Syndicate CD, shame on you, my friend. Shame on you. Anyways, please, if you enjoyed the show, please, let me know in the comments. Whoa! Earthquake season here at the crypt. Anyways, if you enjoyed the show, please let me know in the comments. If you're watching it on YouTube, feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you thought. Also, if there's any movies you think I should review, feel free to let me know. I'll do my best. Now, if you're watching me on the Monster Channel, and you really should be watching not just for me, but all my fiendish friends that are hosting movies far better than I do, I sometimes pop up in the chat, so keep an eye out for the Deadheaddaddy, and we'll chit-chat about not only my show, but all the other great ones on the channel as well. So, I appreciate you turning in. It's always been a blast with each and every one of you, and I'm grateful for the time we get to spend together. Keep an eye out, as I do have 2 upcoming specials based on the Cleveland International Film Festival and our latest partner, Hunters Against Hate. Anyways, I'm done plugging, I'm done rambling, and I'm done wasting your time. So, once again, as always, until I see you next time, I ask each and every one of you to just stay creepy.